Let's dive back into this row that's cropped up over transport across Cambridgeshire. The Mayor of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough has accused a local council leader of completely misleading the public with claims about congestion charging plans for Peterborough. At a meeting earlier this week, the leader of Peterborough City Council, Wayne Fitzgerald, vetoed a county-wide transport strategy, later saying it would have paved the way for congestion charging in his city. The strategy does refer to possible fiscal measures as an option to help manage private car use. But Mayor Dr. Nick Johnson says his combined authority doesn't have the power to put in a congestion charge and that it couldn't happen without action from Peterborough City Council. So let's speak to both of the gentlemen involved. Councillor Wayne Fitzgerald is the Conservative leader of Peterborough City Council. Hi, Wayne.
Good morning, Dottie.
And Mayor Dr. Nick Johnson is the Labour Combined Authority Mayor of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Dottie. Good morning, Wayne.
Hello.
So presumably, Wayne, you know that there can be no congestion charge for Peterborough without the say-so of the City Council, or is that not your understanding?
Look, it's a fundamental principle of policy or political ideology. I think that what Nick should answer is, does he believe and would he like to introduce congestion charging if he had a free rein and free hand to do so? Now, I think the answer is yes, because otherwise why is it in the policy? I listened to Anna Bailey this morning, and I listened to her the other day in the council chamber. And, you know, I have to be reminded I have a responsibility for the whole of the county. And I want to praise the work of the officers that put so much work into that paper. As Anna said, and I agree, there's a lot of good stuff in that policy. But unfortunately, while it contains the suggestion or possibility of congestion charging being introduced, then I can't support it. So, Mayor, take it out, and you'll probably get it through. What also swayed me, and it's not, you know, it is in the public domain, is there may be a change in the administration in Peterborough. I hope there isn't, but there may be. But that leaves the door open for Labour, the Liberals and others to make that congestion charging and other punitive measures being introduced. And I'm not prepared to let that happen.
Nick, let's get this out in the open. Answer that question. Are you pro-congestion charging?
No.
Then why is it in the document?
Because when you put together 700 pages of a strategic document in conjunction with central government, Department of Transport officers, there's an expectation that you put everything on the table. Traffic management involves parking enforcement. It involves bus lanes. Over 700 pages, the references to any sort of fiscal measures is limited to about 1 or 2 pages. What really the document is about a public transport revolution. And now, I absolutely appreciate that there are differences on a political level where people will target certain things which they have political belief systems around. But this is not about a decision from the combined authority to implement congestion charging. This is a misrepresentation of facts, and it's been very clear, as you know, as Wayne hasn't answered.
Is that entirely fair, Nick? Wayne, everything that he said just now, from as far as I can tell, is true. You know, congestion charging or fiscal measures to limit private car use, that is mentioned in this document. It is an option for Cambridgeshire in the future.
But it's also, if you look at these sorts of documents across the country, these are mentioned throughout all documents because it's an expectation of the Department of Transport for all our organisations, when they're looking at their future development of transport plans, that they consider all things. It is expected to be in these documents.
Okay, so Wayne, I think the suggestion is that you're trying to make this decision more political than it is. What do you say to that?
Well, look, the Mayor and his team changed the words in the policy from congestion charging to fiscal measures in order to disguise to members of the public that that is actually what they wanted to do. So, you know, fine if Nick personally doesn't agree with it, but the Labour Party does and other parties do, particularly the Liberal Democrats. And
well, the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats in Cambridge, Wayne, they have just both blocked plans for congestion charging.
Yeah, because they now realise, of course, Dottie, that the public won't stand for it. But we're talking about the future. Once you introduce the possibility of it happening, and then that route to do that exists because you passed a policy, the simple thing is take it out, and then we don't have a problem. Nick, you just said you don't believe in it. I spoke with the DfT Minister for Transport yesterday personally. He was in Peterborough. It is policy of the Conservatives that we do not support congestion charging and other measures like that. So I'm not going to betray my own beliefs and those of the people that elected me, both in Peterborough and also my colleagues in the wider Cambridgeshire region expressed the same view. Anna did it for you this morning.
Okay, we've got a minute left, and I want to hear from both of you on this. What's the way forward? Nick?
The simple thing is for the people of Peterborough to obviously speak with their local representatives and check that they feel that those members of the City Council that are together with, I think, 60 members, represent their views. At the moment, there's a minority leader who, and as Wayne has alluded to, may no longer be in position if the people feel that he's no longer representing their views. So, I mean, possibly a change of leadership at Peterborough City Council will see a more enlightened view about strategic documents.
Wayne, what would help us?
That's what he wishes. 31 Conservatives were elected to Peterborough City Council. Some of them have betrayed that trust that the electorate gave them in Peterborough, and they will get their comeuppance when it comes to the ballot box.
Let's stick on the issue in front of us right now, Wayne. What's the way forward on this transport strategy?
Take out the references to punitive charging, ULEZ, 15-minute cities, whatever you want to call them, and congestion charging, and you might get it through. But you'll bet your life, Dottie, that if I am removed as leader, the opposition will sign it.
Okay, Wayne Fitzgerald and Dr. Nick Johnson. Wayne there, the Conservative leader of Peterborough City Council. Dr. Nick Johnson, the Mayor of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. That was actually rather more polite than I thought it might be.